Ah, yeah, man. We're back here with some more reaction videos. So we came across this video: 11 humans found inside
Yeah, this is
animals.
very different.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited to check this one out. See what it's gonna.
Dang, man. This is gonna be really pretty interesting. The only thing I can think of is like maybe somebody's like in a white whale, a blue whale, probably.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go with Moby Dick, then like I feel like that's part of it, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing these will be true stories, but I don't know.
Yeah. So we definitely look forward to checking this out. Let's dive right into it.
Number 11, Akbar Salubiro. This story takes place in a small village in Indonesia, where a man named Akbar Salubiro went missing after he set off for a harvest in his village.
Dang.
After being gone for some time, the man's friends and family went to go and search for him.
Oh, no.
When they did, they
Is he
found
gonna be an
themselves looking
anaconda?
at a massive reticulated python.
Oh, it's a
one of the
reticulated,
biggest
okay.
snakes in the world today. In fact, this one was measured at over 23 feet in
Dang.
length. When the villagers looked at the python, they noticed that there was something
Yeah.
large in its body.
I wonder did they cut it
The
open?
meal it had just eaten. If you didn't know, many snakes like this like to swallow their prey whole,
Yep.
and then they let the food break down
They
over
digest it
time.
and-
I wonder how long it takes to
People
break down a
feared
human,
the
A
though.
long
worst,
time.
So they caught the
They
python
don't
and
eat.
started
That's why
cutting
snakes
it
don't have to
open.
eat all the time.
Sure
Yeah.
enough, Akbar's body was within the snake, and it was later noted that he had been constricted by the python, which is its preferred
Yeah, that's
method
how
of
they
killing
do
its
it.
prey.
Yeah,
And
till a heart
then it
stop
swallowed
beating,
him whole.
squeeze you to
It
death.
should be openly stated, though, that while Akbar did die from this snake, most reticulated pythons and other snakes of its size don't go after humans
they
that
don't.
often.
Yeah, that's what I was
It's
wondering.
a
They really
little
runs
odd.
off the
oddly
humans.
shaped and are often in good shape, so it's hard for a snake to be able to attack you and then swallow you whole.
Right.
Though clearly this python was able to get around that disadvantage.
Dang.
Number 10, a human arm. In 1935, a pair of brothers decided to go fishing off the coast of Australia. At one point, they prepared their lines, cast them, and then went to sleep. And when they woke up, they found their fishing line frayed and a bunch of fish parts all over it. When they reeled it in, there was a tiger shark attached to it and it was still
Ooh.
alive. So they took it to shore and gave it to an aquarium. But a week later, the shark did something nobody expected. It vomited up a human arm. On the surface, this doesn't seem
So it ate somebody,
so
like,
odd. After all, tiger
maybe a
sharks
couple
are
days
known
before.
to attack humans.
Or maybe just
and so
the arm,
when
yeah.
ripping off an arm and eating may seem par for the course, but this was much more than it appeared by a large margin. Examination of the arm found that the victim was most definitely not dead in the ocean somewhere, as the arm was cut off by a knife. And a tattoo on the arm was able to be identified
somebody
and
probably-
tied to the death of a former boxer turned police informant. His name was Jim Smith. He decided to blackmail some people and he got killed for his troubles.
Oh,
The
so they
arm was
chopped off
kept
his arm
as
and threw it
proof
in
of
the
the
sea.
deed, and then once done, the killers threw it in the ocean.
They just threw
This
the
arm
arm in.
actually helped solve the mystery of Smith's death. And it's all
Interesting.
because
Yeah.
the shark ate it, kept it, and then revealed
What are the
it in
odds
front
in
of
it?
an audience.
You
so
know,
That
you
is
going out there
crazy. Yeah,
the
that
shark
is
fishing.
actually helped to solve
crazy
a crime.
odds.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had a close encounter with a shark? Did you see fins circling while you were at the beach? Did you get as far away from the water as possible? Shark attacks are rare, but they can really catch you by surprise. Tell me about your shark encounters in the comments below. Then be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and get quick access
That
to
is
the
crazy.
next awesome
Yeah,
video
that is.
coming out soon. Number 9, the remains in the Croc. The South Alligator River in Australia is actually a bit of a misnomer in terms of what's there. It was named because it was believed
I was
that
gonna say it's
alligators
crocodiles,
happily
not
lived in the
alligators.
area. And that's not exactly true, but it's close. Alligators don't live in that part of the
No.
world, but their cousins do. In fact, its main predator and inhabitant is the deadly saltwater crocodile. That happens to be the largest crocodile species in the world today, as well as one of the most aggressive species of croc. This was proven in 2014 at Kakadu National Park. An older
that,
man
man.
and his family
Not
were
me.
going across
No,
a
sir.
body of water at Kakadu when suddenly a 16-foot saltwater croc came out of the water, snatched him, and disappeared with him in the water. After he disappeared, park rangers went and searched
Yeah.
for him, and they did shoot 2 crocs that appeared to have been the culprits. One of them did indeed have human remains in their body, and after a DNA test, it was confirmed to be the victim.
Dang.
Number 8, James Bartley, a modern-day Jonah. Those are the
Interesting
words that
here.
are inscribed
Jonah
on
and
the
the whale.
tombstone of James Bartley. If you don't know, Jonah was a man from the Christian Bible that disobeyed God.
Yep.
As a result of
In
that,
the
he
belly
got
of the beast for
swallowed
3
by a whale.
days.
So what does that have to do with James Bartley? Well, he too got swallowed by a whale, a sperm whale in fact. Though
is-
ironically, his tail is a little more like Captain Ahab in Moby Dick than Jonah's.
Which is
at least at
interesting, 'cause
first.
sperm whales
Because
don't
in the
eat
late
meat.
19th century, James Bartley owned a whaling vessel. The vessel itself came under attack by a sperm whale right off the Falkland Islands.
Dang.
During the attack,
That
it
thing
said
look
that
huge,
Bartley
man. This,
was
the blue
indeed
whale's the biggest
swallowed
one, right?
whole by the
Yeah.
whale. Later on, the whale died of constipation. Another
Probably
irony.
because of
'cause
the
it couldn't,
human.
like-
Probably.
yeah.
Bartley. And this is where the twist comes in. It's ironic because according to the story, the whalers that caught the sperm whale skinned it to get at its meat. When they did, Bartley was in the whale and still alive.
What?
As he'd only been in the whale for about 36 hours. His body was bleached because of the various things
Was
the whale,
bleached?
and he
Ew.
was blind, but he was still alive. The problem, though, is that this story is heavily disputed.
Yeah.
Including many stating
Is
that
it
a
true or
human
not?
would likely not be able to survive in a whale without suffocating or even drowning.
Yeah, I was thinking, would there be
Nevertheless, the
oxygen
story
in there?
endures, and it's something that makes you kind of wonder.
Yeah, it
Number
does.
7, Watiba. This tale is also one that hails from Indonesia, in the village known
Well,
as
maybe
Sulawesi.
he managed to stay
And
alive,
it too
huh?
features
You know?
a person
Things
getting
happening like
swallowed
that, it's
whole
crazy.
by a
Yes,
serpent.
stuff does happen
However,
like that,
this time,
supernaturally,
it was a
you know?
woman named Watiba, who was
What the heck?
54 when it happened to her. She was checking out her vegetable garden when suddenly she vanished from sight. As the villagers looked around, they found her sandal and her machete. As they continued searching, they once again found a reticulated python.
And
this
these
was
things,
a
pythons,
large
really taking
out the
snake that
people.
clearly had
Yeah.
something or someone in it. They then killed the snake and then took it to a place where they could film gutting it. And when they did, they found Watiba inside. Like the previous snake victim, she had been constricted to death, and this allowed the snake
Man,
to
stay
swallow
away
These
from
people
these
must
type
be
snakes,
also
man.
Only
smaller
imagine
in
the
stature.
Yeah, they gotta be smaller, man, because I doubt it could do it like a
Yeah.
7 foot, 300-pound man.
Number 6, Michael Ford. In Florida, within Polk Country, the police were called to a
Uh-oh,
nearby
alligator
mine.
maybe?
Why? According to one employee,
Yeah.
they had seen an alligator on the premises, and the jaw of said beast was clamped down around a human body, or at least part of one. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission came in to investigate, and they were able to capture the alligator and then kill it. They would then find Michael
Look at that.
Ford partially
Screw
inside
that.
of the creature. The gator itself
no
was
way I'm
12 feet
taking one
long
up
and
there
weighed
like
over
that.
Yeah.
450 pounds. It was more than big enough to kill a human and start eating it should the need arise. The mystery of this story is how this all happened. No
Yeah.
one knows why Michael Ford was near that mine or near that canal. And
See, I don't know
whether
if
he was
people do
killed by the
stuff like
gator
this.
or
Screw
drowned
that.
and the alligator simply ate him. Number 5, Sam Kellett. There are various shark species that are known to attack humans in great
Oh
numbers.
my
if the
gosh. Could you
circumstances
imagine
Right
getting a
behind
picture
him?
like
the act of
that?
truly eating a human and doing so in a complete and whole fashion is honestly a bit more
Yeah,
limited.
they don't
While
normally
sharks
eat humans
are
like
widely
that.
known to attack humans for
They
various
attack you,
reasons,
though.
Yeah.
they're usually fine with just killing us, not eating us.
Yeah.
One major
don't
exception to this
attack
rule,
to
though,
eat
was
you,
Sam
though?
Kellett. He was a 28-year-old
usually a
teacher
mistaken
who was
identity.
diving and spearfishing in southern Australia during 2014. He was near Edinburgh and doing his thing when suddenly a shark came around, attacked him, and
Dang.
swallowed him whole. The attack was so complete
Whole?
that the only thing found from Sam after the attack were his diving weights and his spear gun, showing the totality of the action on the shark's part. This is a very atypical kind of
What?
shark attack
Yeah.
because again,
Yeah.
sharks don't feed on people. They
No.
attack them, but eating
That
them
shark had to
so
be pissed off
completely
that
is
day.
not common amongst shark species. Even great whites
That's
don't do that.
crazy.
What might be
No.
the most curious thing of all was
That's
that
so
the family
crazy.
of Sam didn't want the shark hunted down or killed, nor any other
understand
shark in the
that.
area. He knew he was a visitor in their backyard, and the last thing he would want for this shark or any other is to be hunted down and culled, they said in a statement released via South Australian police. Number 4, tiger shark hand. In 2019, it's right outside of Madagascar. Within this shark, though, was something that
hand?
no one expected. The hand of a Scottish man, complete with his wedding ring. If
Dang.
you're wondering why the tiger shark was cut open, that's because it was seen multiple times near the beach of the island, thus near people. The shark was killed to prevent attacks from happening, and after they cut it
a pretty
open,
good
the
shark.
hand was found. Apparently, the man was a tourist, and he went into the water to go and explore as he was a strong swimmer. However, this is apparently where he met the shark, and the rest, as they say,
I was gonna
is
say,
history.
is
Yeah.
he still alive?
Number 3,
Like,
Ricky Gagnon.
do they know
You
what
might
this guy
think
is?
Yeah.
that these stories only happen every so often, but this tale comes from very recently, July of 2020, in fact. Ricky Gagnon was a
Last year.
14-year-old teenager living in Malaysia, and one day he decided to do a little bit of exploring and searching for things. Soon he had vanished, and a missing person report was filed. But according to his aunt, he was snatched by a saltwater crocodile. After finding the saltwater croc in question, the 15-foot beast was cut open and Ricky's body was indeed found inside. Or at least certain parts of it were.
Yeah.
The family was given the remains so they could do a proper funeral.
Dang.
Yeah.
Number 2, finger in snapping turtle. While most
well, I
turtles
could
are
see
fair to
that.
be considered
Yeah.
harmless, the exception to the
Snapping
rule is that of the
turtles,
snapping
yeah.
turtle, especially ones like the alligator snapping turtle. It's clear that they are known to be aggressive and not afraid to bite things at the drop of a
Look at
hat.
those
Now,
razor
one
beaks.
Louisiana fisherman
Yeah.
found this out in a shocking way in 2018.
Why would
because
you
said
stick your
fisherman
fingers-
caught an alligator snapping turtle.
thing is huge,
and
man.
after preparing the creature, found a human finger
Oh.
inside the turtle's stomach. Who the finger belonged to was never
I was
discovered.
gonna say, no one's ever gonna know
Yeah.
that.
Number one,
Well, I guess you
Andy
could
S.O.
fingerprint
Orang.
it, literally.
Yeah.
On the island
Into
of
it was in the
Borneo, the
database.
search for a man named Andy S.O. Orang began after he was reported missing. However, his body was soon found, in large part. His arm and his leg were missing. Not far from the body was a 20-foot-long saltwater crocodile, and after it was killed, it was discovered that the remaining body parts of Andy were inside of it. It's believed that Andy got caught by the croc and then was drowned and put into a death roll that allowed the croc to go and eat his limbs. Stories.
Boy, screw that, man.
These are interesting. I'm not surprised at all by the alligator and crocodile. That's
Yeah, alligator, crocodile.
not gonna say that's normal. Like, that's a fairly typical, and
Yeah.
they do, like, they obviously will kill and eat humans.
But these snakes and stuff.
That's very rare, and
these
sharks are
sharks.
very, very rare.
Yeah.
Like, again, sharks attack, but they don't look at humans as food, so it's
Yeah.
not normal that they attack to, like, eat you. It's usually, like, they think you're a fish.
Yeah.
Once they realize you're not, they're like, oh, never mind.
These snakes must be going after smaller people, not like really, really huge human beings.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
and
Like-
any animal, if they're that hungry, you know, they're not
Yeah.
typical, but they'll do it if they need to survive,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So who knows what's causing that? But that's interesting.
Shoot, screw that, man.
Yeah.
People putting their heads in front of like alligators, like that guy with the one picture
Yeah.
at his head. Screw that. Nah, not me. But yeah, man, we definitely enjoyed it, man. It was
Yeah,
fun
I
to
liked
watch,
this
man.
one a lot.
What was the creepiest one you've seen out of all these clips, man? The alligators, the snakes, the whales.
They said it was the whale.
Yeah,
one.
let us know. Oh, also let us know if that one story is true. You know, the guy was
The
in there
whale,
for
if he really
36
lived.
yeah.
I mean, no one knows. Is
Yeah.
kind of the thing.
It's
It's
possible.
so long
I
ago.
believe it's possible.
Yeah.
But we're gonna end this video. Don't forget to subscribe,
And thumbs it up.
turn on notifications. It's your memory B.
And a call.
We're gonna catch you on the next 2000. Peace and love.